Good morning, my dear parents. It has been way too long since the last time that I have been able to see you. In this video, I want to reassure you that St. Anne's School is thriving even under the circumstances of the COVID virus. Our teachers and staff have stepped up to the plate and have been able to produce a very intensive curriculum, rigorous curriculum for our students, much more than they probably would have received anywhere else. And our students and you, I want to thank you in a special way for helping your students thrive in this time. Although it's not the same as face-to-face instruction, which is always the best way, we have made the most of it. And I think our students have advanced and are not now behind academically. In the weeks ahead, we are going to work together as a school community to find the many answers to the many questions that we have about how school will look in August. In just a few weeks, at the end of May, we celebrate the beautiful, beautiful Feast of Pentecost. All of us who have been baptized have received an abundance of God's graces in the Holy Spirit. The Spirit connects us to God. The Spirit gives us energy and strength when we feel overwhelmed. The Spirit gives us courage to meet the challenges head on when otherwise we would not be able to. And the Spirit gives us wisdom and ingenuity, especially when times are unpredictable, such as now. So I ask you to unite with all of us, our students, our parents, our donors, everyone at St. Anne's School community, our pastor, Father Antonio, who is always praying with us and for us. Let us nurture the Holy Spirit with our love. Let us cultivate mercy and acts of charity for God, for others, and yes, even for ourselves. The Spirit will continue to grow at St. Anne's School so that something wonderful is going to happen for our students and parents and school community. I am certain of this. God remains with us in these uncertain times. I'd like to share some important news with you. And every now and then I think I'm going to start making videos like this one so that we keep each other informed of all the updates. I know it's one thing to have it on paper, but maybe it's also easier for some of you if you can hear it. Number one of the news is that we have 48 families from School of Our Lady that have already enrolled in our school. We expect to have a full enrollment. We're going to have classes that range between 25 and 35 students. We will have teacher aides, more teacher aides than last year. We are doing everything we can to welcome these new families, to make them feel that they are a part of our school right from the get-go. We may need some of you to assist us in that. And I may be reaching out to you individually to see if you would be a buddy for a family. If they have questions, you would be able to answer those questions for them. Hopefully, they're going to feel confidence in coming to school on the first day. That is our hope. Number two, we're having a Zoom meeting this coming Monday at 6 o'clock for our 8th grade parents. This is to help us finalize all of the graduation, whatever's going to happen at graduation. As you know, we cannot have graduation as we wanted to have, and we feel that a parking lot graduation might not be the answer, so we want to discuss it with you. We are trying to make everything as beautiful as we can here at school. I just did the constant contact yesterday, highlighting each of our graduates. We are very proud of them. We're very proud of our parents, especially those who had their children here from TK all the way through grade 8. We thank you for your trust, and we thank you for enabling your children to continue in a Catholic school such as St. Anne's, especially at St. Anne's. I know it took a lot of sacrifice on your part to be able to do this over the years. And we know that it has paid off. Your children are going to do extremely well in high school, whether it's public or private. We know that they are going to excel. Third, we may have other Zoom meetings in the weeks ahead for other grade levels, so just be aware. I will send that out through fax in an email with the link so that you can just press on the link and be connected to the meeting when it is scheduled. I think it's really important to keep the avenues of communication open between us and parents. I haven't really done that much until this point because there were too many questions and basically I had no answers. Now, as we're nearing the end of May, I feel that we are going to have many more answers coming forth from the diocese. And so I would like to share those with you in a timely way and in a smaller group setting so that I can hear what you are thinking. And we will have Patty Gonzalez on the call with us in case you want to bring something up in Spanish. And she will be our translator. I am going to send out another survey in a couple of weeks. Thank you to all those who answered the questions on the survey. It was very informative and actually a little surprising to hear how you would envision your children going to school in August. Okay, so it's not, we have no answers. We don't know, but I just wanted to throw out those 3 scenarios of what has been going around in the diocese as far as a tentative way of starting school. It does not mean that St. Anne's is going to start that way. There are other options too, and I think in the future they're going to become more and more evident, and then we can explore those as well. So keep an eye out. When we have a survey, I will post it through fax, through an email to you, and I would hope that you would answer it either in Spanish or English and put comments at the end, which were so helpful to me. So thank you. We will also be having another school board meeting in a couple of weeks. I have some questions that I've asked the diocese. I want the diocese to consider my questions and then get back to me. When the diocese gets back to me, then I will be able to have more answers, and then we can have another school board meeting with more discussion. So I hope that you will be able to come on that school board meeting. And lastly, I just want you to know that St. Anne's School is thriving, even in the COVID crisis. And miracles are happening every day. Whether or not or how we're going to start in August is still, of course, we are going to start in August. And I am hopeful, very hopeful, that we're going to have more or less a full day of classes. We will make sure that we are able to educate your children to the fullest amount possible. And that's what I am working on right now. We will rise out of the difficulties of this COVID crisis. We will rise up. There is no doubt in my mind, because our God who loves us is with us. And he will never abandon his children, never. So let us continue to hold each other in prayer during these uncertain times, but also very hopeful times. And I pray for you each and every day. God bless.